We've got lots of different programs on the Kegel8. Say, for instance, if I had stress incontinence, which is the best program for me to choose?
So what we're going to think about is if you've got stress incontinence, what do you need to try and get your body to do and to change? So stress incontinence is the type of leakage that happens usually when there's some high impact, some pressure on the tummy, which puts pressure on the bladder. So this is my little bladder here. It's not far off a bladder size, a little lemon jiffy bottle. So when there's pressure on the bladder, something like a cough or a sneeze, a jump, running, or picking up something heavy like a child or a bag of shopping. The problem is this isn't the bestest design. It's a fluid-filled sac with a little tiny tube to the outside. And if there's a lot of pressure, you can see how easy it would be for a little leak to come out of the bottle. So the muscles, the pelvic floor muscles, we've got some here, these big muscles that make the floor of the pelvis, what they should do is just at that moment that you're going to cough or sneeze or laugh or jump, they should tighten up to just help close that hole a little bit extra and give you better protection in that moment. The problem is, if you're leaking, it's usually a sign that either your muscles are too weak, so maybe they're trying to tighten up, but it's just a bit too baby a squeeze, or you're a bit off time. So you cough and then you tighten and you've missed it. Now, the electrical stimulation can help with the strengthening of the muscles. Can't really help with the timing issue. You'd need to work on that with different exercises. But you could help with the strengthening if you thought your muscles just weren't grippy enough by doing your normal pelvic floor exercises, or if you feel that that on its own isn't enough, you could use a machine to help. So you would choose one of the programs that is going to get the muscle to actually contract. And usually they're labelled on your program as a stress incontinence program. And for example, on this particular machine, that would be programs 10 and 11. Something to know about the programs that we've got on this machine, program 10, for example, the first 10 minutes is actually not a contracting phase. It's just running a tingling sensation through, which will be really good for blood flow and helps you to get to know where your muscles are and to feel where you're supposed to be thinking about. Because obviously the whole point of all of this is to learn and to be able to do this by yourself because you can't carry a machine around all day. But it's in the second phase that you will feel that there's a tightening and a releasing of the muscles that happens. And it's set to be at that program that is just right for getting both the slow twitch and fast twitch muscles to work together without getting too tired. Because sometimes if the programs are a bit favoured in one or the other, then the one type of muscle gets tired. And it will only come on for 5 seconds and then rest for 5 seconds. And that's kind of what you want to learn how to be able to do in real life. You want to be able to tighten up a nice grip, about 5 seconds, long enough to be able to cough or sneeze, and then you can relax. And then it's going to come back again. And so this idea that, oh, I've got to be quite fast off the ground with it. And so it's trying to mimic in the program what your muscles need to learn to do in real life. And it's very similar to that squeeze on, let go exercise that you would practice yourself when you're not connected to the machine.